Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Fire Doc Rivers podcast. I want to start this out by saying this. I wanted to exhaust all possibilities before I finally stoop to this level, because after the Fire Brett Brown podcast, I didn't want this to be a recurring thing. Every season I'm up here screaming, fire the coach. But last night was the last straw for Doc Rivers. It's absolutely ridiculous at this point. It's embarrassing. It's a fucking joke. It's a disgrace. It's unbelievable that a billion-dollar company, an entire organization with hundreds and hundreds of employees, an entire coaching staff, executives, marketing department, all of the things that go into a basketball team, is being run into the ground by one man. It is ridiculous. And after all that we went through the process and all the Brett Brown years, that we get this guy, and it's actually even worse. But listen, let me start out by saying this, because what happened last night was ridiculous as far as Doc Rivers' decision-making on the backup center position. And I'm going to get to the quote, which again is one of the most narcissistic, just self-centered, most self-righteous, ridiculous things I've ever heard an NBA coach say in my life. This morning, I was listening to 97.5 The Fanatic, and they were on there saying all the things that they would do in Game 2. And I keep hearing people say, people say, we should do this, we should do that. We should play Charles Bassey. Paul Reed should be the starter. 97.5, I would start Paul Reed. Yeah, no shit, dude. What's the point of even saying this stuff? Doc Rivers is still here. What is the point of even having the conversation of what you should do in Game 2 when Doc Rivers is still here? It's not going to happen. I used to waste time telling my baby mom to stop punching me in the face. Eventually, I finally came to the conclusion it's not going to happen. I got to get rid of her. It's not going to happen. You got to get rid of Doc Rivers. It wasn't going to happen. I had to get rid of her. It took a lot of court proceedings and other things. Hopefully, I don't think this takes that. All you do is fire a guy. It's not going to happen. Because of this. The narcissist is never wrong. Doc Rivers is the most classic, just literal definition of a narcissist. And I found this little clip on a website. The narcissist is never, ever wrong, and he likes to present proof that he is correct. The narcissist cannot accept responsibility for making a mistake, and he is expert at diverting the blame to others. Example quote, "It's not my fault I lost that promotion because my team let me down. You were acting so stupid you made me hit you." That goes back to the reference I just made. If you weren't so cold, I wouldn't have had that affair. A narcissist will never admit even horrendous mistakes, and when confronted, he will deflect, delay, and tell more lies. He believes he is invincible and perfect. When we look deeply into ourselves and know we have been wrong, we are able to say, I make mistakes. We apologize to the hurt party and continue to have a healthy, solid sense of ourselves as positive human beings. A narcissist is unable to do this, as that would require acknowledging that he is not perfect. The most recent lie that Doc Rivers told is that we, as in the entire organization, believes in DeAndre Jordan. That is a bold-faced fucking lie. You cannot tell me that a collective of basketball minds believes that DeAndre Jordan is the best option right now. There's only one person on the planet that believes DeAndre Jordan is the best option right now, and it's Doc Rivers, and he doesn't even believe that. He just can't be wrong. So check it out. here's Doc Rivers last night in his post-game press conference saying one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard an NBA coach say. And it's on my Instagram page right now under the Reels section. If you want to go check that out, hit the like button, leave a comment at Running Back Philly. Just listen, man. Let me make sure the audio is on here.
We love Paul, but we don't need Paul in foul trouble, and that's why you don't want to start him. So we like DJ. We're gonna keep starting him, whether you like it or not. 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 We love.
I'm almost at a loss for words. I really am. For a coach to sit up there in front of the media and say something as crazy as whether you like it or not, we're going to keep starting DeAndre Jordan whether you like it or not. Just that last phrase, whether you like it or not, is such a deep quote. It says so much about him as a person because he is acknowledging, by saying that, he is acknowledging that everybody in the world wants him to stop playing DeAndre Jordan. He is acknowledging that everybody but himself is screaming, stop playing DeAndre Jordan. What do you think the reason for that is, Doc Rivers? Do you think they randomly hate DeAndre Jordan the same way they randomly hated Ben Simmons? Or do the numbers back it up? Does the eye test back it up? Does the on-court performance back it up? The media, the fans, everybody else in the entire NBA community is laughing at this guy right now and the Sixers organization. Because he just acknowledged that everybody in the world doesn't want him to do something, but he's going to do it anyway. Unbelievable. I never thought I would see a coach like this in my life. This is incredible. A couple of reasons, Doc Rivers, that you shouldn't play DeAndre Jordan, whether you like it or not. Here you go. DeAndre Jordan tonight in 17 minutes was a minus 22, had 2 entire rebounds, and the Sixers were a plus 8 when he was on the bench. Sixers at the half, minus 12 with DeAndre Jordan in 4 minutes, plus 13 without DeAndre Jordan. He elected to start DeAndre Jordan against the number 1 seed Miami Heat. And we went down by 12 points in 4 minutes. Then he put Paul Reed in the game. And we were a plus 13 by the end of the half. Could any decision be easier than this? Sixers first half plus minus. DeAndre Jordan was a minus 12 in 4 minutes and 21 seconds. Paul Millsap was a minus 3 in 5 minutes and 14 seconds. Paul Reed was a plus 7 in 9 minutes and 9 seconds. And no center at all was a plus 9 in 5 minutes and 16 seconds. DeAndre Jordan had 2 rebounds in 17 minutes. Paul Reed had 9 rebounds in 13 minutes, 5 offensive rebounds. Then even worse, Charles Bassey had 2 rebounds in 3 fucking minutes at the end of the goddamn game. Could any decision be easier than this? And I like this tweet here because, Doc argues that Charles Bassey doesn't have enough experience and hasn't played since the All-Star break. And Paul Reed, this, that, foul trouble. DeAndre Jordan's last playoff start was April 30th, 2017. His only postseason time since had been 0.8 seconds at the end of Game 3 versus Toronto, and he played 4 minutes to begin Game 1 against the Miami Heat. The Sixers lost that 4 minutes by 12 points, and then he put Paul Reed in the game. This is the most ridiculous example of a coach running a team into the ground I have ever seen in my entire life. I don't know if the Sixers can beat the Heat without Joel Embiid. I know the roster is not very good when you don't have Joel Embiid. But one thing myself and everyone else except Doc Rivers knows is that Paul Reed gives you way more than DeAndre Jordan. And the foul trouble stuff, give me a fucking break. Just let the dude foul out. If you play Paul Reed and he fouls out and then you go with DeAndre Jordan, that's better than starting DeAndre Jordan. Also, free Charles Bassey. I mean, it's ridiculous that he won't play the kid. Charles Bassey's last game was in November against the Denver Nuggets, and he had 11 points and 5 blocks. And here we are. Because Doc Rivers is a narcissist, and the narcissist is never wrong. You guys have a great day.